I'm Tony Kent, and this is episode 11 of Tony Kent Writes and Chats. It's the 16th of April. I've noticed that I give you the date at the outset of all of these episodes for some reason. I don't know why. The whole point of making them is that we're stuck in a lockdown and basically every day is now merging into the day before and merging with the day after. So I'm not sure why I have got into the habit of giving you the date each time I sit down and record one of these. But today is different because today, at least to me, the date matters. Because today, in case you haven't worked it out from the piles of books that are all the same in front of you, because apparently that's branding, it is the publication day of my third thriller, Power Play. It's been out on ebook for about a month, but this is the first time today that you can lay your hands on a tangible, physical copy. And like most writers, that really is what is publication day as far as I'm concerned. So today I'm going to be self-indulgent. Today we're not going to talk about book 4. Today we're going to talk about book 3 because I'm very proud of it and it was really hard work. So therefore, if you'll grant me that indulgence, I will take it willingly. So, Power Play, what is it about? Well, look at the front page. The White House, lovely, lovely picture of the White House, I think, and the tagline, "The enemies aren't at the gate, they're already inside." And a lovely quote from Ian Rankin, a breathless, gripping conspiracy thriller. And at the back, a lovely quote from David Baldacci. This book literally explodes in the first few pages and keeps going at a breakneck pace. An intricate, twisty minefield of geopolitics and absolute power gone rogue. Kent has outdone himself with this one. A quote like that from Ian Rankin, a quote like that from David Baldacci, I have to say, I could not be happier with the reception of this book, and that's why I'm so very proud of it. So hopefully you'll have got the hint from those two quotes that the plot of Power Play is very much back in the wheelhouse of my first book, Killer Intent. Killer Intent was a political thriller. The follow-up, Marked for Death, which was really only a Michael Devlin book, was a legal thriller, a bit of serial killer thrown in, but a legal thriller. Well, Power Play, two things. Joe Dempsey is back, and he's back in a big way. And two, it is very much, again, a political thriller, as that picture on the front, I'm sure, makes clear. Set in the US and the UK, and a few other places, what we have is a book that basically follows the consequences of what seems to be a terrorist act. A plane blows up over the Atlantic. Seems to be the result of a bomb. Must be the result of a bomb. And somebody hands themselves in, accepting or confessing to the physical act of putting the bomb on the plane. So it seems open and shut. Michael Devlin, our lawyer character, or my lawyer character, he represents the bomber, or the person who put the bomb on the plane. When you read the book, you'll know why that distinction is important. Joe Dempsey, however, our intelligence agent from Killer Intent, well, he's not so sure. He's now working in America. He's now working for the United Nations International Security Bureau. The ISB is based in New York, and it basically gives me the ability as an agency to take Dempsey anywhere and to have a story anywhere. So the whole idea of that completely fictional agency is to sort of broaden the canvas upon which I'm able to write this and future books. But working for the ISB, Dempsey wonders who would have benefited from this plane crash. And the reason he wonders that is because there's a certain passenger on the plane. And that passenger is a very controversial, but very, very popular candidate for the American presidency. And with that man killed, it seems coincidentally, by the terrorist attack, Lord Dempsey wonders, is it a coincidence or is there more to it? And so he begins to investigate and he asks himself, who would benefit from the removal of Dale Victor, which is the character's name. I think you can probably follow from there where we go with it. This is effectively a running chase as Dempsey, and to a lesser extent Devlin, his involvement is slightly lesser in this book than it is in others, as Dempsey discovers who really runs the White House, who really runs America, and just how far up the corridors of power corruption can really go. It's action-packed, it is, I think, very topical. I think in a world of Donald Trump, you'll read this and you will be wondering, well, could this really be going on? Is there actually some truth to this? Is some reality to this? And I'm really happy that that's the case. It was never intended to be coming out. This book was never intended to be released even now. I was intending to write this book in a few years' time, and for various reasons I needed to move one of my other ideas forward. Basically, my publishers insisted that I had a book with Dempsey and Devlin in it. I was going to write a book all about Dempsey, and they said, well, no, it's not a series, is it, if it's not got Devlin in it again? And you know, being completely ignorant of these things, I accept that, and I decided, well, I have to get my later idea that brings Dempsey and Devlin together again and write it earlier, and that's why I've written Power Play now. And it just so then turned out that we had a mad yellow or orange person in a White House doing mad things while I was writing it, and suddenly it became very topical, and I hope that despite COVID-19 that it remains very topical. So, action-packed, conspiracy theories, chases, murders, fights, shootouts, everything you could possibly want from a Joe Dempsey thriller. That's what's in Power Play, and I do hope that you will be intrigued enough and interested enough to buy it. One more thing. I am hosting this evening a live online launch. As again, you know, we can't go out. There's no way of doing another launch. I was going to be launching this at Goldsborough Books in London. Well, now Goldsborough and I are launching it from my kitchen. I will be setting up my Facebook portal later on this evening, and at 8:30 British time, British summer time, at 8:30 I will be starting an hour and a half, maybe slightly longer, but an hour and a half Facebook live event on my Facebook page, which is Tony Kent Writes, not Tony Kent Author, that's a different page, Tony Kent Writes. If you go on there at 8:30, you will find a video of me in very similar surroundings to this, except it won't be recorded, it will be live. There'll be chat, there'll be questions, there will be some answers to those questions. We've got some good questions for some big names, and we have a lot of prizes, a lot of very good prizes that you can still win. So hopefully you'll join me tonight at 8:30. It'll be lovely to see you there, and I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible. Thank you for granting me the indulgence of talking about book 3. When we're back tomorrow, we'll be back to book 4. Thank you very much.